Hello yet again. It's Tuesday. It's 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Time for another Tuesday at 2. This is episode number 128. Each Tuesday, I come back on these platforms to talk about a different topic that is related to your career management. I'm an executive career management practitioner and I help people understand the value of career management and nurture, coach, and push them through to career advancement because it's a great economy, a fantastic recruiting economy. I've been in business now 31 years and I've never seen recruitment across the world, and I'm a global guy, as robust as it is right now. So today's topic is, who should I have as references? Great question. So you are so close. And if anybody's got any comments, please put them in the comment section, and I will answer them, or any questions. So let's get back to the topic. You are so close to a win. You are now in the reference stage. That means the potential employer is now checking you out, just like hopefully you've checked them out in the initial interview stage to make sure there is a match, because it's like a dating. There has to be a match, not just in skill sets, but in culture and all sorts of different things today. So you are so close to a win. So you don't want to mess this up. So many people mess it up by not having the right references or bad references. So don't jeopardize your chances right now. You are on almost at that winning line. You're breathing, you're going across that winning line, and you want to hold that trophy, because there is only a trophy for number one. You want to hold that gold medal. You want to hold that gold medal high, and there are plenty of opportunities. So by having bad references, you can kibosh that and you can come in second or third, get the silver or the bronze. Well, there's no job offer for a silver or bronze. So you have to spend some time, just like you did in your job search planning and writing your resume, your CV. You have to spend some time studying or thinking about who will be the best references for me. You may know thousands of people, but you have to be very selective. This is where you narrow them down. So once you've narrowed them down, then you brief them on your job search. In fact, you should have done this well into your job search when you're getting towards that end stage, and ask them if they want to be a reference, because it's a can be an onerous task. They are putting their reputation on the line as well. So they're putting their name, their brand out there. So you have to be careful on who you ask to become references for you. You might have already been references for them, so it's reciprocal, which is great. So select your references carefully. Spend some time, and it's not a research project. Spend some time thinking about, well, who is going to be representing me? Who's going to give me a good reference, who understands me as a person, as a business person, and the value I can bring that, or I can bring that employer. So just because you know them, don't just assume that they're going to be a good reference. You might have known somebody for years and years and years, and your best buddies and whatever, but you have to be careful. You have to be careful. Now, I'm going to give you one story that will probably shock you. And this is a good test of why you need to check your references. Have an external checker to make sure that those references that you have selected, are giving you a good reference. So I had a client many years ago, and he was getting into multiple interviews. He was doing very well on his job search, and he was getting very, very close to uh, the winning podium. but he was never getting the winning podium. He was never carrying that gold medal. He was getting the silver or the bronze. And that led to frustrations, but it also led to a lot of questions. Now, this guy, the guy, so he what he did, he employed a reference checking service, and he found out that his best buddy, who he'd known since early on in school years and had grown up with, and they'd been partners, they'd been really, really best buddies. They'd gone on holiday together, and then they separated their own ways and got married. Each got married, and then they came back together again and drank, went to parties and whatever, restaurants, and he then invited him to be the best man. He was the best man at my client's wedding. This guy, the best man, the best buddy, the best friend, was giving a bad reference. One bad reference out of all the references can kibosh, can gone. You are gone. You want stellar references throughout. So that was a wake-up call to my client. So now you need to be very, very focused on checking those references. Don't assume that the best man at your wedding or your best friend is going to give you a great reference. So be careful. Select your references careful and then go out on a checking exercise. So who should you have as references? Keep the references at an odd number. The magic number is try and do it about 5 or 7 is about the best. Have those and type them up with all their connections. So it gives the HR person who's going to do the references, or the boss of your future boss, it gives them the easiest way of contacting them. So their name, their city, don't have to have their residential address, but their city, their relationship to you, how do they know you, and their telephone number, their email, and their Zoom address, and any other contact information. So have that ready, typed up, and then you can send that to the person doing the checking. So who should you have? I would suggest, this is what I would suggest, have one from a boss. Now that will be very difficult if you are currently in a fully employed and you're on a covert job search while you're gainfully employed. If you're in career transition, that might be a lot easier. But what about an ex-boss, somebody who worked for you 2 or 3 years ago, or who's even retired? Because you need to get a boss. Try and get somebody who led you through all the challenges in your career, but not too far back. Keep it within the last 4 to 5 years maximum. So a boss or an ex-boss, a retired boss. The next one should be 1 or 2 lateral to you. So if you are a vice president or you're a director, try and get some of your peers who are vice presidents and who are directors. Please feel free, if you've got any questions to do with career management, it doesn't have to be related to today's topic. Please put them in the comments section and I will answer that question for you today, live, online. So try and have somebody who's lateral to you, 1 or 2 people who have been lateral to you or who are lateral to you currently. So if you're a vice president level, have another vice president. If you're a director level, have another director level. Then 1 or 2 who are employees who've worked for you. You lead them, you nurture them, you coach them, you mentor them. You've seen them go through challenges. So help, ask them if they would be willing to give you a reference. So 1 or 2 from employees. And then the next one should be 1 or 2 from vendors / suppliers. So they've seen you on that side of the fence. Most people have vendors / suppliers. And then on the other side of the fence, you can have 1 or 2 who have been customers or clients. So keep it within that range and about 5 to 7, and have it ready typed up. So 1 or 2 from your ex-boss or boss. If you can do the current boss and he knows you're transitioning, that is perfect. Or if you are in career transition, try and get a reference. You should always in your termination anyway get now your exit package. You should always get a reference from your boss anyway, part of the severance package now. And then reversing it the other way, when you get a job, when you write your new job offer, you have to protect yourself for when you exit at the other end. So get written into that job offer contract when you accept a job, after the references and whatever, your boss at that particular time will give you a reference. So I think we have a question here from Aldo. How are you? How about board members? Yes, board members would be very good. That's a great company. So, great comment. So yeah, that's Aldo. Great. You can have a board member, preferably the chair, but somebody, if you are on the finance committee or the audit committee or the human resource committee, somebody who's actually worked with you on that particular board, or you have worked for them as an employee and you've presented before that various committee. So that's a great question. Thank you very much, Aldo. So yeah, you can have a board member. So somebody who's lateral to you, 1 or 2 people who are employees. You've most try and keep them very recent, not 10 years ago, because things change a lot. And then have 1 or 2 as a vendor / supplier, and 1 or 2 as a client / customer. And then this is a crucial one, have 1 external. So this is where you can have your best man, you can have your best friend, but make sure you check that best man, check that best friend. So there's my tips for today. Who should I have as references? You don't want to lose out. You have gone through a lot of frustration. A job search is a navigating through a path. There's lots of obstacles. Something could blow up. You don't want anything to blow up. You want to sail right into that next job, your next challenge, your next appointment. And believe you me, there are many, many appointments waiting for you. Everybody listening to this live right now or on the replay, there are many, many new jobs waiting for you. Doesn't matter where you are in the world, what function you're in, what level you're in, what industry you're in. It's a big hiring, the best I have ever seen in this world since my 31 years as an executive career management practitioner. So if anybody's got any questions, thanks for your question, Aldo. I'm glad that you're back, you're listening to me, and hope you're doing well. Anybody got any further questions? If not, I will wrap it up. But please, I'm more than happy to offer anybody a free, no obligation resume critique and no obligation CV critique. So there is my email. Please, in the email, tell me that you were listening to this Tuesdays at 2. Also mentioned, did you get anything from it? Hopefully you did. And then I'm more than happy, we can set up a Zoom call to give you a free 30-minute resume or a CV critique. Plus, I'm also I can give you a LinkedIn audit. I go through the LinkedIn from top to bottom. More than happy to help you. And if you want to learn a lot about career management, I now have 500 plus videos on my YouTube channel. It's hard to believe, 500, but they soon get there. So yeah, it's quite amazing. So Aldo's got another question here, I think. So do you need to mention your references or only when ready for finals for the interview? No. So things that bug me on a resume or a CV is we used to put that, and I haven't written it since probably 2002 or 3, references available upon request. That's a wasted space on your resume, your CV. you can fill that with another accomplishment because it takes 3 lines. You've got one above, you've got the references available upon request, and you've got one below. So you can fill that with text that's going to sell your value, you as a valuable next employee. So yeah, you can. I think I've answered your question there. Hopefully, you never mention your references. Never have references available upon request. But when asked, have that typewritten, smart, same branding, same font as your resume, your CV, and same heading. So keep that branding. That's very, very important. And send that list to the HR person or anybody else who's asking for your references. So hopefully that helps. And unless anybody's got any further questions, I will wrap it up for today. But if you have any questions or you would like me to talk about a particular topic on Tuesdays at 2, please email me. There's my email there, and I'm more than happy to slot it into my calendar because career management is very, very important to you. People don't realize that career management is so important. Sadly, we are on the verge of what may be, we're teetering, we don't know. We will know probably next week what's going to happen with some major a major thing that's happening in the US, the debt. So that could tip the scales the other way. So it's even more crucial because they forecast that thousands, if not millions, will be affected by it, and you might find yourself in career transition. So protect your career, manage your career, and hopefully you will come back next Tuesday for next Tuesdays at 2, when my topic is my salary is falling behind my peers at my competitors. My salary is falling behind my peers at my competitors. So Aldo's got another question. Great, Aldo. Thank you very much. How about current interviewing processes with the new tools and techniques? What do you mean by new tools and techniques? I'm not too sure what you mean by new tools, AI or whatever, but you should always, don't just, I put a post the other day on, don't just waltz into to an interview without any research. You need to research and be prepared, because the more research, the more preparation you do for an interview, the easier it is going to be. And because the way I work with my clients, I get them to do homework when they do the resume. They've got their cheat sheet right in front of them. That homework they've done for their resume or their CV is a cheat sheet for the interview with all those questions, those sweaty palm, twiddling your thumbs, shuffling your butt questions that you're going to get asked in an interview. You've got the answers to them right in front of you, and it's a breeze. People are far more prepared when they work with me to have their resume rewritten, because they know all the answers to the interview, well, most of the answers to the interview. So hopefully that answers your question. Thanks for being on today, Aldo. Anybody got any other questions? Please feel free, send them to me. I'm more than happy to give you a free, no obligation resume or a CV critique, LinkedIn audit, and please go to my YouTube channel where there's 500 plus videos talking about career management. And please press the subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers within the next short period. And you will learn a lot. And if you want me to shoot a video, or you want me to shoot a Tuesdays at 2 on a particular topic that's maybe frustrating you, or you don't know about, something to do with career management, I'm more than happy to shoot that for you. So I will see you next Tuesday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a great week and manage your career.